So the thing that most people don't know about social media is that you can be the fakest you can ever want to be. And a lot of people try to be too real on it. And realism is not going to work. I promise you that. Realism is not going to work. Like, let's say you have $0 in your bank account, right? But you flash like 10 grand on the picture and you post pictures like that.
People who are like,
people are going to be like,
yeah.
wow. You know, let's say you rent a Ferrari for a weekend and you're driving it. People are going to think that's yours. And if you want to grow, you can't really be yourself. People don't want realism. People want something they can't have. And if you can provide something where people can't get it, then you kind of win there, because you can just create this persona and have fun doing it. But you and yourself know that you're not actually that. And that's the best part, because you're smart about it. You're not like, this is me, I'm living my life. Even though I have $0, I actually have 10 grand, which you don't.
Yeah.
You know, you have to create this lifestyle that people want. And then once you do that, you can pull them forward and get their attention.
Yeah.
And that's what I truly love about Instagram, is creating a life that isn't actually yours. So my first like touch upon that was that after I got back from London, a lot of my high school friends were like, wow, you're so rich now. You can travel and you go in London, you go into all these European places. And then I was
would piss me off.
I was so taken aback by it. I was like,
yeah,
what the fuck? No, I'm not. You know, like I might be privileged a little bit. My parents allowed me and they supported me to let me go, but I do not have money like that. But then I learned to take account of that and truly like utilize it. I'm like, oh, you think that? I'm gonna make you keep thinking that.
Yeah.
I live by this motto, and I usually tell people about it. It's say we're all on this ship, right? Just a boat, the ship of life. And your goal is to throw everybody off. So you're the only one in the ship. And you know you're the only one on this ship. And what I mean by that is that you can be anyone you want, but so as long as you know yourself, you're okay. You know, you just throw people off. You act a way that, because the most real people will know who you are.
That's true.
You've
that's
seen
true.
me. You've seen like you've browsed Mutin, right?
Yeah.
A lot of it's not me.
Yeah.
A lot of it's not how I'm interacting with you guys currently, and that's the fun of it. Because when people meet you from online and they meet you in person, they're like, "What? I didn't even think you're like that."
Yeah.
You know.
What would you say for like the people that are trying to grow with their Instagram? What would you want to advice would you want to give them? Like
Okay.
people that are like starting a business, maybe even photography or even Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
Like what value would you give them?
Know your product, your own product. So even if you're not selling anything, know what you want to sell. And by selling is what you want to display, what you want to upload. Mutin, I don't give a fuck, so I upload anything I want.
Yeah.
But T-Gels, I know it's photography, landscape, traveling. That's what people want to see. That's what people want to look at. So know what you sell and be consistent with it. And once you figured out that, then you have to know your audience. So who's going to want to buy this? Who's going to want to look at this? Who's going to want to like this? Who's going to want to be captivated by this, right? So for example, you are making a Fitstagram. You're trying to improve your body. What are you going to show? You're going to show your improvements over the next couple of weeks. You're going to show what you're eating. You're going to show what supplements you're taking. You're going to show what your workouts are. And then so once you do that, what's your target? You're going to target other people who are also trying to get in better shape. So you're going to target other Fitstagrams. You're going to target supplement companies. You're going to target the followers of bodybuilders. You're going to target people who eat at healthy places, you know? So
you start really getting specific.
You get more specific. Yeah. But the thing is, you don't do it all at once. You do it as campaigns. You say, all right, I'm going to post a whole week of me doing my workouts. So right now I'm going to target other people who post workouts only. and you're gonna target their followers, and their followers are gonna see your improvements, and their followers are gonna see your workouts. But if you're gonna focus on eating healthy, you're gonna target other people who eat healthy, and that's gonna be your next couple of posts for the week or whatever campaign, however your campaign is.
Yeah.
So you have to firstly know yourself, know what you want to post, and know your audience. Once you do that, it's all consistency, and the best way to retain your audience is genuine and true interaction. Meaning that if they DM you asking for tips on working out, you're going to tell them, you're not going to ignore their message. If you care about your community, you'll do your best to, get them together and work together with them. And you have to give love to those who support you. Your followers aren't just your followers for no reason. They like your stuff. And you have to show them support. And I understand if you're too busy to do that stuff, but still there's a lot of hours in the day. There's so many hours in the day. And if you're not utilizing those hours to do something important because you're burnt out, then I don't know, maybe that's a different story. That's like organizing your time and work ethic,
So on Instagram, you could promote and everything, right? So how do you promote on Twitch? How do you gain followers and how do you gain viewers?
For the most part, regulars are I retain regulars from chatting on other people's streams, like the friends I've made, going onto their streams, talking to their viewers. And when you're in a chat room, you chat with everybody, if they say something that's interesting, or if they say something that's funny, or if like you're interacting with them, then that's a good thing. So recently something I did was I went on one of my close streaming friends stream, and I was like, hey Sam, I'm drunk right now, you want to go voice chat? So he invited me onto voice chat. So like as he's streaming, I'm talking too.
Oh,
and
that's cool.
Right? So he's like, hey, you want to go on video? I'm like, yeah, I'll go on video. So from there on, like we were just having a conversation. As he was streaming and playing his games, he was talking to me, and I was talking to his chat as well, without having to type. But they got to see my face, and they're chatting up with me. And so like Sam was like promoting me too. It's like, yeah, go follow this guy, and I gained like 100-something followers from him, just from engaging with his stream, because I saw it as an opportunity. I was drunk nonetheless, like I just wanted to like hang out with him, but I also saw it as an opportunity because he had a high view count. And I was like, hey, let me join, let's talk. And if he was down, I was down. So that's one way to do it. And along with Instagram, on Twitch, I also do follow and unfollow. My experience with it, everybody thinks it's bad. It's a stigma. It's not a good thing to do, and it looks bad on you. What do you think about it?
I don't think it's a bad thing.
Yeah, I think as long as it's not someone personal.
Yeah.
Like,
I think that's better than getting fake followers. Yeah. In my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I think if it's actually just like regular people, or
I mean, in a way, you could still say that's organic. You're not doing.
It is. It's completely organic.
Yeah. Like you are trying to grow though.
Yeah. So this is the idea behind follow and follow Instagram. Follow and follow Instagram. You follow users. You like their photos, and you comment if you choose to. I don't usually comment because it looks spammy. But you do that so that they can see you on the notifications. First thing any Instagrammer, anyone who owns Instagram, they look at their notifications first before they browse their feed, right? Like, oh, I got like 3 likes and a follow. Like, who did this? And you look at it and you click on their profile. And you're like, oh, who's this? This person has a lot of followers. What the heck? Who is this guy? And that's where the mutant is like, what the fuck is this person? That comes from. But people look at their notifications, and what I'm trying to create here is exposure for myself. Now, once you see my profile, you don't need to follow back. I don't care if you follow back or not. And I'm not even asking you to follow back if I follow you, right? There's nothing that says, there's no rule in Instagram that says if you follow someone, you have to follow them back. There's nothing about that. So, but that's the thing a lot of users don't get. If somebody follows you, you follow them back, right? If they unfollow you, unfollow them back. That's like the whole stigma.
The game,
Yeah, and that's the game. I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to find people who are legitimately interested in my content. And whether I'm interested in yours or not, I don't care. Like, I'm also looking for cool people to follow too. But the cool people I'm looking at are my followers. So I'll scroll through my followers and be like, oh, this person's pretty cool. I'm gonna keep following them. I'm gonna remain following them, so that I don't have to unfollow them. Yeah. And then we have a mutual agreement there that we both like each other's content, and that's also me finding someone that's interesting, them finding me, from me interacting with them. And so I do this consistently because that's how you continuously expose yourself. So whether that's in streaming niche of Instagram, or that's in like the Korean K-pop stuff of Instagram, or that's in like the MLMA art, the weird stuff art of Instagram, I have niches throughout different weeks and whatever I'm trying to target, or however I'm feeling of what content I want to create. If I'm focused on streaming, I'm gonna put more streaming highlights. I'm gonna focus Twitch streamers. If I'm doing like weird art stuff, then I'm gonna do like people who like weird art stuff and focus on their followers, and then post more weird art stuff. And so that gets exposure. It's like, oh, okay, cool. Like this person does this kind of stuff, and I follow a user who I really like that does that kind of stuff too.
Yeah.
And so there's the relevancy, the similarity to things that I already enjoy. So I do that on Instagram, and that's how you get more exposure, and it's not really costing you anything else. How I do that on Twitch is that I do that before I go live so that they see the notifications. Some people get like email notifications, or some people get like, there's a third-party app called Streamlabs that notifies you, and it tells you like when you get a follow. And the best thing about Twitch is that if you follow and you unfollow them immediately, you don't need to, the notification stays. So if you follow them and unfollow them immediately, and then you go live and they check out your stream, they'll still thank you for the follow, even though you just like immediately unfollowed them. But they're there to stay and talk to you. They're there to get to know you. They're there to watch your stream. And if they eventually are cool and you get to know them, then you can follow them back, and it wouldn't even notify them that you re-followed them back.
That's kind of cool,
right?
Yeah.
So that's how I built my following on Twitch as well. And it's just because, look, you can create the best content in the world. You can create top tier content that nobody will ever see. But if you don't expose yourself to anybody else, no one's going to see you, no one's going to follow you, no one's going to grow with you. But if you do that, then people are going to see what you offer. And if they see what they like, they're there to stay. Yeah. And if you're nice to them, they're there to stay. If you're genuine with them, apart from the notifications, they're there to stay. Yeah. And that's what you want to create. You just want to get yourself out there. Because if no one's going to promote you, you might as well promote yourself. Yeah.
So, Justin, you say you like a lot of things, right? So where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I have no fucking idea.
Okay.
I don't think past tomorrow. I don't even think about tomorrow. I'm a very present day person. Like, if I feel good today, then I don't have to worry about tomorrow. If I feel bad tomorrow, then I have to worry about how to feel good. But that's tomorrow. And But to answer your question, in 5 years, I'd like to either be in some type of gaming industry, also creating content. I'd like to have traveled or be in the traveling sort of job field, I guess. Because prior to the podcast, you asked me what are my passions, whether it's streaming or like photography. I think travel is my passion. I just want to be in places that most people aren't.
I know.
And I just want to be somewhere that people I know haven't seen before. But to do that, you have to somehow get yourself there, and whether it's financially or whether it's like getting yourself qualified for a job that allows you to travel, I don't know. I just like to travel. Yeah, I think traveling would probably be something that's essential to my life. Like I don't see streaming as essential. I don't see like photography as essential. I do see traveling as essential, because man, once you get the taste of like being somewhere else, you're just like, oh my God. I came back to the States last year of February from Japan. I was living out there for about 4 months. And I came back unable to live out there for longer than I wanted to. So I came back and I've been home since February of last year, and I was miserable. I wasn't like depressed or like in a horrible situation.
It's like a slump.
I was in a slump though.
Yeah.
I wasn't as happy as I was abroad or somewhere else. And so at my retail job, even though it was Christmas and holiday season and they really need people during those seasons because it's extremely busy, I told them I need to go on this trip. Like, I need to go on this trip. And so recently I left to Korea, Hong Kong, and Taipei.
Damn.
And that really helped refill, I guess, my creative juices to want to do more for myself, to want to put myself in a better state, to be happy with living in the present. And you need these breaks from your day-to-day life. You need to break routines, because if you don't break your routine, you don't know the best of your own capability. And if you don't give yourself your all, I can't really say what comes for you, but I know what's good, and I only value good, and I don't want to think about what's bad or what could be worse.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't help to think of those things. So after I went on that trip, I had content. I had pictures of myself that I could take in various locations. I had tons of food that I can eat that I wouldn't be able to get here. I had videos of myself in places that I could never imagine to be in, and I can compile all these and create a video. And I just recently finished that video, which is like so fun to work on because I had so much to use.
Did you post it already?
Yeah, I posted it.
Oh, okay.
It's on YouTube. Yeah.
I gotta check it out.
Yeah, and it was it's fun to make. I love making video, and video is so fun, and I love entertaining. And it's just it excites me when I give people energy and they receive it and they accept it, and they either are humored by it, or they themselves gain energy too, or they themselves also react in a positive way. It's very rewarding.